Sarah Jacobson, Paperly People. So today I am writing my second lifestyle blogging post, and that's very exciting. I have to say the second week was not as fun as the first week. The first week was all about new discoveries, branding, creative, things like that. And this week was more about kind of going around and making sure all the little nibbles were done. And you'll see even more of that in the third week because we're running a week behind. And I have some exciting news next week, so make sure that you show up to watch that one. But I wanted to show you just a couple of things that I talked about behind the scenes. So the first thing was that I made lists in Twitter. And I think this is one of the most powerful things that you can do in Twitter for two reasons. A, I can click on this list. So all you do is you come up here, you go to lists, you say make a new list. So create a list, create a new list. You can click on your people you're trying to attract. So for me, I'm a writer, so I want to be featured in publications when I get a little bit more known for this. I'm featured in a lot of marketing publications in the entrepreneurial world, but this is a little different. This is more of a niche. And also vendors, I need to get affiliate products, and if they notice me, we have a much nicer talk than if I have to go to them hat in hand trying to get them to let me do their stuff. And last and not least, I'm a speaker, so I want to have craft shows and events. Because what I want to do is I want to start sharing their things. So let's go ahead and like that. That looks cute. So start sharing their things, and you just hit retweet, right? Retweet to retweet things. Being friends, I don't really want that. I want it to be more along the lines of scrapbooking or papering, journaling, planning, scheduling, something like that. So I would look for things like that, right? So that is lists. The other thing is that when you do add somebody to a list, I don't have any on this yet. Paperly People hasn't been added to any lists. Heck, I'm 3 weeks old now. They should be adding me. But that having been said, it shows up in your notifications, and it's pretty darn exciting when you see that somebody has added you to a list. It happens all the time with my pterodactyl, but it'll be, we'll let you know for sure the first time I get put on a list for the Paperly People account. Next thing is, it was so funny. I hadn't thought about putting my quotes, so I make quotes. I make quotes anyways. But I've started making more artsy quotes that are more specific to the Paperly brand than they are to kind of a business brand that I use with my other Marketing Artfully business. So I hadn't thought to put them on Tumblr, and they seem to be people like them. And then what I did do was I shared by Paperly People. Now it doesn't really do anything on here. I think I shared this through Instagram. It doesn't make the hot link that would put people to it, but I'm right here, right? And on the Instagram, it does make a link so that if it gets shared again, then not everybody includes that in the repost. And so I want to make sure, not that I get credit, I want to make sure that they know to follow me, right? I'm not concerned about copyright. I'm not concerned about anything like that. I didn't put Paperly People on this one, but on a lot of what I do put, I think that was before. Hold on, let me see if I can find one. Oh, so here. So this one does absolutely have Paperly, so I have it on most of them. There's a tendency to really get yourself twisted about copyright and what I own and what they own, and honestly, the internet has gotten so huge, and I buy every picture I use. I have a stock photography license that I can get all the pictures. I use quotes by old dead people. Sometimes I use live people, but usually I use dead people. And it's kind of the design that I would have to get all bunchy about. If somebody were to make this and cut this off and I were to see it somewhere, there is no value to me into trying to track down anything that I've done. God bless them, and karma will get them in the end, right? So one of the things that I did this week that is, it's more than what most of you guys are going to want to do. It is Meet Edgar. I love it. It allows you to have a library of all your posts. So if you're a huge blogger, if you have a huge website and you've been doing it for years, this is an amazing tool. I have tons of posts. I have hundreds of posts in here. I have almost 700 posts because I have 118 marketing posts. I have posts for authors. I have affiliate links to everyone in realtors, quotes, pictures, all kinds of things to share. The nice thing is it posts them automatically. Now, that having been said, if you're just getting started, use Hootsuite or Buffer. I closed my Buffer tab. Sorry about that. Buffer app. Only because they're $10, right? And Buffer posts to Pinterest. I would never automatically post to Pinterest, but it will give you a good idea of what you can do, how you can automatically schedule posts ahead. And that's always good because, I mean, you get busy and you don't have time. And then the last thing I wanted to show you was that I did post to my Tara Jacobson. When you share from your, so you post to your page first, and then you share to your person in the Facebook algorithms, that shows up much more highly than if you're just posting to your page. So if it's something that's appropriate to your person, go ahead, post it to your page, and then what I do is I set my owl. I have an owl. For 60 minutes, 30 minutes, and then I share it over to my person after that. So that was week 2. Super excited. So glad you're here with me. And if you have any questions, leave them on the YouTube video or leave them on the blog post. And I will talk to you next week. Tara Jacobson, Paperly People.